this event, we're showing you 4 levels in particular. This is the first time we've shown so much of the game. And what we really want you to take away from it is the story, the characters, and the atmosphere, which is basically our main focus of this game. The characters in our story are a product of their environment. And the environment is basically based on New York in 1945, towards the end of World War II, and progresses through the 50s. Gameplay-wise, I'd say it's completely different from Mafia 1. Mafia 1 was based in the 20s and the 30s, and they really strove for authenticity. But the cars back then didn't go so fast, didn't look so cool. In Mafia 2, it's the 1940s, and especially the 1950s. The cars go fast. They look cool, so it's going to be a major difference. The police are far more forgiving. In the first game, they were very realistic, almost hyper-realistic in the way they would respond to your actions. In this game, it's a little bit more forgiving. The driving model, for example, the Czech guys got really, really geeky with some of the car physics. So you can actually play in simulation mode where it's 100% accurate to how cars handled back then. Or if you want a more arcade driving experience, you can just turn it back to the normal driving mode. If anyone has played Mafia 2 so far, the lucky few who have played it will tell you that there's nothing else like it. In no other game is there this kind of shooting, this kind of driving, propelled by this kind of story through this kind of world. It really has its own unique feel to it. Vito, the main character, he's not going to be off doing random things, doing random tasks for people. He's not going to be delivering pizzas or driving a taxi or anything like that. He's a mob guy, he's a wise guy, and he has to behave as such. Most of the things you will do in the game, they take place within the narrative. In other words, the story is what makes you do them. My personal favorite thing about the game is the soundtrack. I had the most fun working on this soundtrack. I work on soundtracks for a lot of different games. This game is just, it's 4, 5, 6 times the size of any other game soundtrack that I've worked on personally. We have over 120 licensed songs from the era in the game, and they really help with the storytelling. They help propel the story forward. There's one thing I could say to all the fans out there is that, trust me, it's worth the wait. So Mafia 2 will be available August 24th of this year on PS3, 360, and PC.
This has nothing to do with friendship, Vito. This is business.